On a fateful day, June 18, 2023, tragedy struck during a highly anticipated tourist expedition set out to explore the legendary wreckage of the Titanic in the vast expanse of the North Atlantic Ocean. The ill-fated submersible, named Titan, was operated by the American tourism company Oceangate and was at the forefront of this daring venture. Little did anyone know that this mission would end in heartbreak, loss, and the quest for answers. Titan, a cutting-edge 5-person submersible, was the pride of Oceangate. Constructed from a combination of carbon fiber and titanium, the vessel was an engineering marvel, measuring 6.7 meters or 22 feet in length and weighing an impressive 10,432 kilograms. The pressure vessel was comprised of 2 titanium hemispheres, 2 matching titanium interface rings, and a carbon fiber wound cylinder of 142 internal diameter and a length of 2.4 meters. One of the titanium hemispheres featured a 380mm diameter acrylic window, providing a captivating view of the deep-sea wonders that lay ahead. Titan's propulsion system was powered by 4 electric thrusters, meticulously arranged with 2 horizontal and 2 vertical thrusters, enabling it to maneuver gracefully through the underwater currents at speeds of up to 3 knots. A Logitech F710 wireless game controller, boasting modified analog sticks, served as the means to operate the vessel's steering controls. Originally designed to reach the depths of 4,000 meters, or 13,100 feet below sea level, Titan's depth rating was later downgraded to 3,000 meters, or 9,800 feet, in 2020 due to signs of cyclic fatigue. Repairs and reconstruction work were carried out in 2020 and 2021 to ensure the vessel's safety and continued functionality. Oceangate, the visionary company behind Titan, quoted its collaboration with experts from NASA, Boeing, and the University of Washington, UW, in designing and engineering the submersible. A 1:3 scale model of the Cyclops II pressure vessel, which housed the crew and was at the heart of the submersible structure, was built and tested at UW's Applied Physics Laboratory. This scaled-down model impressively sustained a pressure of 4,285 psi, equivalent to a depth of about 3,000 meters, or 9,800 feet. However, this collaboration came under scrutiny when both UW and Boeing denied any involvement in the design, engineering, or testing of Titan after the tragic incident. The company proudly claimed that Titan was the only crewed submersible in the world equipped with an integrated real-time health monitoring system, RTM, patented by Oceangate's co-founder, Stockton Rush. This sophisticated system utilized acoustic sensors and strain gauges installed at the pressure boundary to continuously monitor the effects of increasing pressure as a submersible descended into the ocean. The RTM provided real-time monitoring of the hull's integrity, issuing early warnings of any potential issues and enabling the crew to abort and return to the surface, if necessary. In the years leading up to the disastrous 2023 expedition, Oceangate had been offering extraordinary submarine experiences to paying customers since 2010. The company's commercial submersibles had taken curious adventurers to explore the depths off the coast of California, the Gulf of Mexico, and the vastness of the Atlantic Ocean. However, the visionary founder of Oceangate, Stockton Rush, yearned for something grander. A journey to one of the most iconic shipwrecks in history, the Titanic. It was in 2016 when the company ventured into the world of shipwreck exploration, conducting its first ever expedition to the Andrea Doria wreck site, the submersible Cyclops I. The fascination with shipwrecks, particularly the immortal legend of the Titanic, captured the public's imagination, and the desire to explore this historic maritime tragedy was irresistible. The RMS Titanic, a British ocean liner, met its tragic fate on April 15, 1912, when it struck an iceberg and sank in the North Atlantic, resulting in the loss of over 1,500 lives, a poignant reminder of the hubris of mankind in the face of nature's might. In 1985, marine explorer Robert Ballard located the remains of the Titanic, lying at a depth of about 3,810 meters, or 12,500 feet, on the ocean floor. This discovery ignited a fascination with underwater exploration and a desire to touch the ghosts of history resting on the seabed. Oceangate's first dive to the Titanic wreck site took place in July 2021, initiating a series of expeditions that continued through 2021 and 2022. Each dive, an unforgettable experience for those fortunate enough to be part of the expedition, typically consisted of a pilot, a guide, and 3 paying mission specialists. Once inside the submersible, the hatch was secured shut and could only be reopened from the outside, sealing the crew's fate for the duration of their underwater adventure. The descent to the Titanic from the surface took approximately 2 hours, and the entire dive lasted around 8 hours, with the submersible emitting a safety ping every 15 minutes for monitoring by the support crew above water. Communication with the surface was maintained through short text messages. The adventurers who embarked on these awe-inspiring expeditions were appropriately called mission specialists, and were willing to pay a hefty sum of $250,000 for the privilege of an 8-day immersion into the mysteries of the deep. Oceangate initially had ambitious plans for multiple expeditions to the Titanic in 2023, but fate had other plans. As a private venture operating in international waters, Titan was exempt from adhering to standard safety regulations and did not possess any official certification from regulatory agencies or third-party organizations. Instead, passengers were required to sign a waiver acknowledging the experimental nature of the submersible and the inherent risks they were undertaking: physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, and tragically, even death. The decision by Oceangate executives not to seek certification for Titan had been a contentious one, driven by their belief that stringent safety protocols would stifle innovation. However, this stance led to growing concerns about the vessel's safety, particularly given the nature of the expedition and the potential risks involved in exploring a wreck site thousands of meters beneath the sea's surface. In 2018, David Lockridge, Oceangate's Director of Marine Operations, raised safety concerns about Titan. He strongly urged the company to have the submersible assessed and certified by an independent agency. However, Oceangate declined to take this step, citing the prohibitive costs associated with obtaining the necessary approvals. Lockridge was apprehensive about the certification of the transparent viewport, which had been approved for a depth of only 1,300 meters, far below the depth required to reach the Titanic's resting place. In response to the safety concerns raised by Lockridge, Oceangate countered that he, as a non-engineer, had rejected safety approvals from the company's engineering team. Despite these concerns, the Marine Technology Society expressed unanimous reservations about Titan's development and the planned expedition to the Titanic, warning about the potential consequences of such an experimental approach. Robert McCallum, a deep-sea exploration specialist, had also warned Stockton Rush in 2018 about the potential risk to client safety and advised against commercial use until independent testing and classification were carried out. However, Rush was resolute in rejecting these warnings, firmly asserting that safety arguments would stifle innovation and hinder the company's progress in this unique field of underwater exploration. Despite the mounting concerns and warning signs, the expedition to the Titanic continued as planned in June 2023. However, the journey was beset by bad weather conditions, which resulted in delays and challenges for the team on board and the support vessel. The search and rescue efforts for the missing submersible, Titan, quickly escalated into a vast international operation. The United States Coast Guard, United States Navy, and Canadian Coast Guard took the lead in coordinating the search, assisted by aircraft provided by the Royal Canadian Air Force and United States Air National Guard, as well as a Royal Canadian Navy ship, several commercial and research vessels, and remotely operated underwater vehicles. The search area was vast, covering a distance of 900 nautical miles from the shore of Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The operation was plagued by adverse weather conditions, darkness, challenging sea conditions, and frigid water temperatures. Crews utilized every available asset at their disposal, deploying a vast array of aircraft and water vehicles to scour the area for any trace of the lost submersible. During the intense search, various acoustic detections were reported, but none could be directly linked to the missing submersible. The search became a painstaking and exhaustive effort, with several assets equipped with sonar capabilities utilized to comb the ocean floor for any signs of the submersible. Finally, on June 22, 2023, a breakthrough occurred when a debris field was discovered near the wreck of the Titanic. The wreckage was later confirmed to be parts of Titan, and the identified debris included the tail cone, not part of the pressure vessel, and the forward and aft end bells, components designed to protect the crew. Rear Admiral John Morger of the US Coast Guard stated that the debris was consistent with a catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. The devastating news followed that all 5 occupants of Titan were tragically lost: Shazda Dawud, Suleiman Dawud, Amish Harding, Paul Henry Nargileh, and Stockton Rush. the visionary CEO and co-founder of Oceangate. The incident left the world in shock, grieving the loss of 5 lives and pondering the possible factors that contributed to this catastrophe. Questions lingered regarding the implosion that led to the submersible's demise. Speculations and theories surrounding the failure of the pressure vessel ranged from inadequate design to material fatigue. But as of June 24, 2023, no official declaration had been made regarding the exact cause of the implosion. The loss of Titan and its crew had far-reaching implications and raised significant concerns about the safety of underwater exploration missions in the future. The incident prompted investigations by both the United States and Canada, with the National Transportation Safety Board and the Coast Guard leading the US investigation, while the Canadian Transportation Safety Board took charge of the inquiry, given the involvement of the Canadian flag support vessel MV Polar Prince. In the wake of the tragedy, discussions and debates raged on social media and various forums, addressing everything from safety protocols and the scope of the rescue mission, to the cost of the operation and the ethics of exploring such historic sites. The incident also shone a spotlight on the inherent risks of maritime expeditions to remote and challenging environments, particularly those involving cutting-edge technology and innovative approaches. Critics question the scale of the response and the allocation of resources for this search and rescue operation compared to other disasters worldwide, such as the Messina migrant boat disaster, which received far less attention and assistance. Renowned filmmaker James Cameron, who directed the iconic movie Titanic and had himself visited the Titanic's wreck site multiple times, weighed in on the incident, expressing concerns about the choice of materials and monitoring methods employed in Titan's construction. Cameron suggested that these factors might have played a role in the submersible's implosion. In the aftermath of the tragedy, discussions about the future of research and exploration at the Titanic's wreck site grew more nuanced. David Scott Bedard, CEO of the Titanic Exhibition Company, speculated that the incident could dampen enthusiasm for future research in the area. However, the tragedy also sparked an outpouring of creativity and conversation on social media. Memes and recreations of Titan in video games were shared, reflecting the impact of this incident on popular culture, and yet, these light-hearted expressions face criticism for being insensitive and inappropriate in the context of such a grave loss of life. As investigations continued, the world waited with bated breath for answers that could provide closure to their grieving families, insights into the safety of underwater exploration, and lessons for the future of maritime expeditions. In conclusion, the incident involving the loss of Titan during its expedition to the Titanic wreck site was a somber reminder of the risks and challenges inherent in underwater exploration. The quest for knowledge and understanding of history's mysteries must be balanced with the imperative to ensure the safety and well-being of those venturing into the unknown depths. As the investigations continue, it remains crucial to determine the exact cause of the implosion and address any safety concerns to prevent similar tragedies in the future. The memory of the lives lost on that fateful day will forever be etched in the annals of underwater exploration, serving as a solemn reminder of the responsibilities that accompanied the pursuit of human curiosity and the relentless desire to explore the secrets hidden beneath the ocean's surface.